What's up everyone, DBC4G here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to transform your Samsung Galaxy device into a more stock Android experience. Let's get started. You're going to want to grab Nova Launcher. I mean, it's a very popular launcher amongst those that want to mod their phone and change up their phone, but you're going to want to go ahead and grab Nova Launcher. I have the paid version, but I believe you can grab the free version and be able to do everything that I'm going to show you in this video. So that's the first thing that you're going to want to grab. Once you get that, it's going to start to transform your launcher or look into what I have here. And I'm also going to go through briefly some of the apps that I chose to install on my device to sort of make it more like the stock Android, the current stock Android feel, which will be Lollipop is what we're going to be going after. So when you first install Nova Launcher, you're not going to get the icon that looks like that. You can actually click on icons like this here, long press on them, and then you can click this icon. I have a few icon packs installed on here and I'll explain why, but let me just show you first what you're probably gonna have. You're probably gonna have something like this. Your Nova Launcher will probably look something like that. Again, if we're going for stock Lollipop, it's actually white on the stock Lollipop, so we're gonna go after that one. And that's going to get you closer to stock Lollipop. This play folder is very similar to Lollipop. It actually comes on the Nexus 6. There's a Google folder on the Nexus 6, create folder. Again, folders are whatever you want them to be. I added a social folder just to be able to get to my social apps very quickly. I also included my settings icon here because I need to go into that a lot when modding or changing or theming or doing anything cool to my phone like that. On the Nexus 6, they have the camera, web browsing, messaging, and phone icons down there, so I kind of line those up the same way that they did on the Nexus 6. And let me see now what I chose to do for the phone dialer. I left it as the stock TouchWiz one because again, it's lightened up, and if you look, what I'll probably do is I'll put like a picture of the Nexus 6's phone dialer right here, but if you look at them, they're pretty similar. Not enough to where I want to install another app and do all kinds of things just to change it up to make it very, very stock. But what I will do is I will show you, if you do not have the latest version of TouchWiz, you're going to want to download an app called XDialer or EXDialer. This app actually allows you to theme the dialer. Again, how TouchWiz is, it's very close to L already. They lightened up the theme. And then what I'm going to do now is, after you download that and install that, look for Android L, XDialer Android L. And I believe it's this one. Yep. And here, this will give you a dialer that is exactly like Android L's dialer. Again, for me, I want to keep the least amount of apps off my phone as possible, but still have that feel. So, and it also costs money. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I've paid for a lot of apps. This is a great option if you're, interested in actually downloading an app just to change up your dialer. That would be a great option to go with. But what I'm going to do is, again, since I'm on the stock version of TouchWiz and it's already pretty light, I'm going to keep rocking with that one as opposed to adding another application to my device. I want to keep it as snappy as possible, so I'm going to add as least amount of apps as I can. So let's move on to the messaging app. Now, this messaging app, as opposed to Samsung's messaging app, well, actually, this is the Verizon version of the Note 4. So when I got mine, they preloaded Messages Plus bloatware app from Verizon. And I mean, to be honest, before I, did all this work to get the phone more stock Android, I actually didn't have a problem with the actual Messages Plus app. It was actually okay, to be honest. But again, what we're going for more stock Android. So yeah, we're gonna use the stock Messenger. It's actually available for download. If you just type in Messenger, it's the second one, not Facebook Messenger, but Google's Messenger. And again, it lets you. It's the same one that comes on the Nexus 6, and with different contacts that you message, it comes up in different like material design colors, which is really cool. So that's the Messenger that we're gonna rock with on our I guess you can say Nexus 6 Note 4 hybrid phone. Also, if you didn't notice, so this is just an example of it changing up like some of my Amazon purchases here. I have a IFTT thing messaging me about different NBA highlights and whatnot. So it just changes colors for material design. But if you didn't notice before, as I went to Google Play, we're also going to install the Google keyboard. So I'll go back over here to the Play Store, and we're going to install the Google spell it right, Google keyboard. Boom. So you're going to want to install the Google keyboard as well. Again, if we're going for stock Android here, you're going to want this Google keyboard. So we're going to install that. Now, what I did notice is that mine, when I type, my keyboard is black. Let's see if there's any quick settings here that we can. Okay, appearance and layouts. Boom. Okay, so it's not hollow. It's weird. Material light. Let's try that. Material light. Okay, so let's go try to type. And boom, now we have material light. So that's awesome keyboard. So boom, we're gonna rock with that. Of course, our browser of choice is going to be Chrome. Of course, that's the, never use anything else, even on your computer. Don't use anything else. Chrome is what you're gonna rock with. Now, as far as the camera is concerned, yes, there is a Nexus camera available for download. Where is the camera? Okay, Google camera. This camera is available. It is the one that's on the Nexus 6, but honestly, that camera sucks. So what we're gonna do, one of the features why we went with the Note 4 in the first place is because of the Note 4's camera. So we're going to keep our camera here. And yeah, you see I got my LeBron James poster behind me here. We're gonna keep our camera. But what we're gonna do, we are going to style it. And if you just remember what I said, any icons, you just hold it and hit edit and then click on the icon, and then you can go through your different icon packs and choose. And you see, if you go to, you got different cameras here, 3 different camera options, and then usually some of these icon packs are split up by letters. So what you can do is you could also go down to C and get even more cameras. I love having multiple icon packs installed, because if I don't like any of those cameras, I could just go over and check out a plethora of more cameras. You look how many cameras there are here. So I could choose whatever I want. Let's go to C on this one, and in C there's more cameras. So different camera apps. So the icon packs that I have installed on here are the iRide UI icon pack. I love this UI. This icon pack actually costs money. So I bought that one because I thought it was really cool. I like some of the icons in here. A really, really popular one though is the Moonshine icon pack. It's actually free, and it's very similar to Lollipop Feel. Both of these icon packs are similar to the Lollipop Feel. Now, when you install Nova also gives you a few Lollipop themed icons on here, and then of course you have your regular ones, but pass on those. Go grab yourself Moonshine. If you don't want to spend any money, grab yourself Moonshine. It's free. But if you do have, a few bucks to spare, grab yourself iRide, man. iRide is very cool. Let's try to support the developers. They're making very cool apps for us. Let's try to support them. And I mean, you have a plethora of apps here, man. You have so many apps. It's crazy. But yeah, so you can do that. We're not going to edit that camera because that camera is very similar to the one of the Nexus 6. Now, here's what I did want to do. Let me do this real quick with you guys. I want a settings icon that will stick out a little bit more on the wallpaper of my choice, and I think that will stick out a little bit more. Yeah, we'll rock with that. That sticks out a little bit more than what we had before. Now, what I did, I will be honest with you. I only downloaded these apps for this video because I really don't use Sheets, Docs, or Slides on my device. I really find it, I guess, it's really just to create more of a Nexus 6 type vibe. Why I decided to create this folder and use those, but to be honest, I really don't use them on here. It's great to have for if I did need to use it, but I have so many laptops and tablets and stuff. I mean, that's what I use it for. So that's why that's there. The play music, man. Out of all of these, play music is the one that gets used the most. I love play music. If you guys haven't listened to this album, please go get it. Actually, a friend that loved the Rude song got me onto this group, and man, I love this album now. Now I can't not listen to this album. So check that out. But let's move on more around. Okay, now, if you want to get a calendar app that is material designed and not the calendar app that comes with S Note or the Galaxy Note, yes, you can go get the Google did come out with their calendar. Okay. So Google's calendar did get updated with material design, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really use their app. I don't use their app for calendar. And the reason why I don't is because their main app doesn't have I know it shows it here and it's very misleading. It shows it here, but they don't really have a month view. This is just to select whatever month. Like if I were to select a month, it would just bring me back to this type of view. And honestly, I mean, that's cool, but I like to see my month like this in one view. Like I don't want to have to slide down just to see that one view, and it's just like I don't like it. I know before they had it where it was I was able to if I wanted to get my month view as a separate view, but for some reason when I updated for material design, it didn't do it. So what I went with was Wave Calendar. Wave Calendar is an amazing calendar. It's material design, so if I wanted to add an event, it's everything will switch up the colors and whatnot. So this calendar right here takes it for me. Again, I love seeing my month view. I love seeing what I have to do on these different days here. This is December 9th. So if I went to the 10th, see, I got to pay my Verizon bill tomorrow. But I just love seeing, okay, I have 3 things to do that day, 2 things to do that day, 3 things to do that day. Like to me, like I love having this view, and this is the kind of view that I personally like. And I love being able to drop this widget right here as well. So if I wanted to, I could just click on these days and my things come up right here. and every day that updates. So boom, that's what I use. To be honest, I know you guys are looking at this clock widget like, man, what is that? That clock widget is awesome. You know, it shows like the battery bar here. It shows my battery. You know, the circle around here shows my battery. Like I'm 91% at the moment. I'm 91%, and if you see like the bar that goes around is actually the battery bar. Now, what I'm gonna do, I do have a video coming up. That is, I have a what's on my phone video coming up pretty soon. So I'm gonna actually let you guys know what that widget is, and you know, a couple more widgets that you may see here on my screen. I'm gonna let you guys know a little bit more about the widgets that I have on my screen in my what's on my phone video. But for now, I just want this video to be focused on, you know, kind of getting this more stock Android look. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna go through some of my Nova settings just to make sure that you get the same type of lollipop feel that I may have on my device. Let's jump into the desktop here. We want to make sure that we go down to scroll effect. We want to make sure that your scroll effect is either card stack, and you can kind of see an animation there, or none. Card stack or none. Now, none is going to probably be closest, but again, this is a little bit modified. We can modify it if we'd like to. I mean, it's Android. We can do whatever we want. But I'm gonna run with card stack for all of my animations, and we want to make sure that the scroll indicator here is the second one down. So right under none, the second one is going to be the scroll indicator that we go with. That's the one that's on Android L. And what we want to do from here, I believe that's all that's in this list. Anything else in here, you can kind of customize it to your liking. We're going to jump straight into the drawer. And what we're going to do is make sure that this is checked, show pages as cards. Make sure that's checked. Make sure that your background is set to white, and make sure that your transparency is set all the way to 0%. So make sure it's white and 0%, and you'll be set. Their scroll effect again is going to be card stack or none. I'm going to rock with card stack. Your transition animation, make sure that all of your transition animations are circle. That's Android L, so make sure that they're all circle. We're gonna skip down to tab style. Color block is what it will be when you download it, but we're gonna make it small tabs because it makes it very small, and I'll show you that in a second. But it makes it it's actually non-existent, because on the Nexus 6 and on Android L, Android 5.0, there are no tabs. So we want to make this as close to that as possible. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to choose small tabs for that, and then I'll show you. It'll be just little lines there, but pretty much they're small. So we're going to go back here now. We're going to leave the dock alone. We're going to jump into folders. Make sure that your folder preview, take it off of stack right now. Well, when you first download it, it should be stack. Make that line. That's how it is in Android L. Your folder background, we're going to leave that at circle. Make sure that your transition animation, again, remember it's going to be circle. Make sure that that's set. Everything else should be good. Then we're going to jump into look and feel. These are based on if you would like to actually do it. You don't have to really do these, but I like a speedy device. So I'm going to jump into scroll speed and take it from Nova to fast. I mean, even if you want to even faster, you can do faster than light, but I'm just going to jump to fast, rock with that for a little bit. If I notice that I want to do anything else, I'll maybe bump it up later on, but I'm good with that. App animation, we're going to change it from system. It should be system when you download it. Skip ice cream sandwich, skip jelly bean, jump to the L developer preview and do slide up. That's going to be our app animation within the look and feel. The color theme and icon theme, you can choose a default icon theme for your whole phone and then go in and make little minor adjustments. So let's say I wanted to choose moonshine, which I did. I chose moonshine as my default, but then I could still go back and take one icon from iRide, one from the lollipop, one from the system. I can do that if I'd like. So that's what I did here. Everything else should be good. Make sure these two are checked. I'm not sure if they came checked or not, but just make sure that those two are checked. Show notification bar and transparent notification bar. Make sure those are set. And then what we're gonna do, I think the last thing we need to do is just go in here and make sure that, okay, Google Hot Word is checked. You want to make sure that that's set in your Google Now settings. You want to make sure that Google Now is turned on. It should be already, but if not, just go ahead and turn that on. And now I believe this will make sure that your Nova settings are pretty much exactly like mine's. The only other thing that I would say now is if you went into desktop and changed around your desktop grid with margin. My desktop grid is set at 5.5. You don't have to do that. That's not really a part of making it like Android L or anything like that. But I chose to do that. I put my width margin at none, and I put my height margin at none as well. Other customizations that I've done, I've put a persistent search bar for lollipop. You don't have to do that. You can put just one search bar if you'd like on the home page, but I put it on persistent on all pages. So that's something that I did. Now the last step in this process would be choosing a wallpaper, because everything else should be set. You should have your custom icon set up however you like. You can, your button here should be set properly, and if you notice, everything slides up. Now what I'll do, let me go ahead and open up an app. You see how it slid up? That's the Android L developer way that you open up apps. Everything like slides up and slides down. When you open up a folder, they pop up. When you open that up, it pops up like a circle. So that's all Android L animation right there. So now let's jump into wallpapers. So we're gonna long press there, hit wallpapers. Again, I have a few icon packs installed. If you went ahead and bought iRide, then you'll have that installed as well, because that comes with wallpapers. But I have flat wallpapers installed, so I can scroll through. Now, if you notice, all of my all of the things that I have that are installed are like flat, material design-ish, Android L-ish type wallpapers. So this one is the only one that strays a little bit from that, because they have like these types of wallpapers in them and whatnot. But I mean, that's cool. You can choose one from there. If you purchased iRide, it does this sometimes. It doesn't load it right away, but usually when you click it, retry it, it'll come up. I noticed that with iRide. But I mean, you can choose anything. Like, it'll grab it, and you can download and install that. You could go through all of these and choose something that you want and just install it. Let me open this one up, and you know what I'll do? I'll go ahead and set that one. So anything that you want, you can go ahead and set it. Go here, go back to wallpapers. Moonshine has their set of wallpapers as well. I mean, you literally have so many options that you can choose from, and get your wallpaper set right up. So we're gonna rock with that one. Now, what I also did prior to this is I also went ahead and downloaded all of the Nexus 6 wallpapers. I went ahead and downloaded all of the Nexus 6 wallpapers onto my device. So if I wanted to, I could actually use one of the stock Nexus 6 wallpapers and, in all actuality, really make this my, let's go ahead and set it as the home screen. Boom. And then really make this like a Nexus 6 feeling device. But I mean, there are so many wallpapers out there that I'm actually just gonna rock with one of the custom wallpaper options that I have at my disposal. And yeah, just rock with this one. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like below. See you in the next one. Peace. What's up, everyone? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below. And be sure to check out more awesome content by using the buttons to my left and my right. See you in the next one. Peace. And they're actually mowing the lawn outside. Perfect time to mow it, guys.